Hey, how y'all doing out there, Ghost Runner? You want to see me dance? I already told you. I ain't gonna sing and dance for you, man. I ain't gonna do it. What's going on? How y'all doing on the YouTubes and the Twitch? Do you like fun? I like fun. Let's have some fun. We're gonna be finishing the Elder EQ. We're not gonna have a repeat of last month where I saved it till the final seconds. And we didn't make it. We didn't make it. We did not make it. And that was a bit of a disappointment. Those are some nice juicy rewards I just left on the table. I don't want to leave rewards on the table. Did that come through absurdly loud for you guys? It came through absurdly loud for me. Let me know. Let me know how the game sounds were. That was not what I was looking forward to. That was like the shock of the system there yesterday for me. So you guys let me know. Y'all let me know. What is going on? Redeemed the highlight. That is really cool. Dude, I'm going to continue to dive in on that Twitch stuff, man, because I'm really enjoying it. What is going on? Who's your daddy? And Vasib, how y'all doing, man? Who's your daddy? I've been wondering. I have a very serious question for you, because my sense is you're a serious man. Are you actually a Hoosiers fan, or is it just the name's awesome? Because I could see both. Old man, Easy, what is going on, dude? How you doing, buddy? How are you doing, man? Are you pumped up, dude? Are you pumped up? We're about to start the war season. I'm excited to see you kick ass with us, dude. We have a good time. I think you're going to enjoy it. Push your courage back today. Oh, yeah. Actually, hold on. Let's bring that up, dude. That is good. We started the day with a bit of a W from Kabam. I'm really pumped up to see this. Let me try to get that on the screen for everybody before we get straight into this. Here it is. So Glitch Incursion Extensions. If anyone else, I was on the game a little while ago and I saw like the new objective, I think it is, for week 2 of the incursions. And the guy was like, oh, wait, is that today? I'll stream that. And I had planned to stream it tomorrow. They being Kabam and Karate Mike is, of course, explaining it, saying that there's a quick update on the incursions. The first round has been extended 24 hours. So it was actually supposed to end today, based on their original timeline that was presented. And it seems like they're now giving us one more day, which is great for people who want to get that Star-Lord piece. Again, make sure you check out MCoC Noob's Guide. That's what I used. I did this live. The guide was amazing. Just totally saw me through. I felt like Noob was literally like here with me in the room, just telling me how to do it. And I felt really good about it. So make sure you do that. And then it sounds like this is the only downside to it, but hey, I'm okay with this. I'm glad Kabam's getting this out properly. I think being fair to people, in order to give the second round of Glitch Incursions time to spawn properly, round 2 will be starting on Thursday. So I'll be streaming that on Thursday, obviously not tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow we'll do like BG friendlies, help everyone get used to the meta. But I did want to get this out. You know me, I love my W's, man. And I love my W's, especially from Kabam. It's just better that way, man. It's better that way. Don't fancy doing it in arcade, didn't I? Me and the dance, man. We're not all about it, man. We're not all about it. I understand some folks are having a good time. Some folks are having a good time doing the dance and all that. And hey, you know what? More power to you. I'm not here to yuck your yum, but I am gonna provide my feedback. Let's see. This looks like it's definitely the Mystic Quest. Wolf is good. So we'll start off with Wolf, and then if it sucks, we'll come back out. A little bit of both. Oh, dude. Well, then, hey, who's your daddy? Congratulations. Did you ever think you all would be winning a national championship in football? I thought that was awesome. I did get to catch the tail end of the game. I really enjoyed watching it. More of a Seahawks fan, though. Oh man. Are you kidding me? Dude, I ain't trying to jinx you. I am not trying to jinx you. I think we saw the Super Bowl between the Rams and the Hawks there. The Patriot fans, I'm sorry. You look like the AFC looked kind of like the minor leagues, and the NFC playoffs look like the major leagues. And it's like, it looks like we got a AAA team going up against the Dodgers. And I'm not saying the AAA team can't win. This is the NFL. Anything could happen on any given Sunday. I think that's more true than ever. This actually isn't going to be great for Wolf, but that's okay. And but yeah, the Hawks just look like the significantly better team. Like, I'm an Eagles fan. I think the Eagles could have won the AFC this year. Yeah, I actually really believe that. I think think they could have won. They could have maybe gone undefeated. But hey, you know, that's not always how it works, you know. Then they would have gotten to the Super Bowl and gotten the crap kicked out of them. Because the 49ers beat them pretty handily. I mean, if you watch the game, the Eagles looked outcoached at every step of the way. And then the Seahawks went out and put a thumping on the Niners, right? So when I was watching that, and I was like, well, shoot, I'm almost happy the Eagles didn't win. Because I would have really been down in the dumps watching my team lose like 45-0 or whatever they did to the 49ers. So, yeah, the Rams and the Seahawks to me look like the adults in the room. All right, come on, man. Okay, we're starting. Man, I wanted Claire as a Sunstar so badly. Now that we have Nico, I feel like there's no reason why we can't have. Yeah, you know what, Hilgendorf is like. I'm still looking for a really good way to say it, because I don't know if there is a good way to say it. But like, I've got Metallic on in my ear, in my ears, and they bring a certain amount of energy. So I'm having a good time with that right now. Let's Carl this. Then I'm gonna read the notes a little bit better. As you guys know, when I do EQ, we tend to chat a bit more, and if I use items, I use items. I'm not too fussed about it. If there's a champion I don't know how to use it, I might take the opportunity to read their kit a little bit better and try to learn them. I found that could probably be very helpful to me in playing the game. Once for fight, okay, nullifying a buff or prevent anyone from activating. So that's not Carl at all. Cool. Personal space fury. When the attacker's close defender, the defender gets fury buff, blah, 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 yada, yada. Okay, if this goes poorly, I'll just bring in a real counter. I'm looking forward to not having to do 10 fights in a war like I was. Yeah, OME, I think, you know, we'll see. I think you're really going to enjoy, for those who don't know, OME is the latest new alliance mate for us at Upside. We're really excited to have him along. And yeah, everything's not quite totally perfect. I ain't gonna lie to you, you know me, that ain't how we work. But our alliance works because people take care of their own business, you know? And that creates a great situation for the war. So if you're like able to be super active, or there's a lot of fights that look good to you that war, dude, sign up, go for it. More power to you, have a good time. And if you got family business, or maybe you're going out with the boys, you can even ask for backup. That's what life over gaming is for us, man. We enjoy this game. We take it very seriously. We have a good time. We're enjoying what, in general, they're putting out. It's impossible to enjoy all of everything they do. I didn't mean that as an insult. I realize it could have been taken as one. That's not what I meant. But yeah, I could not be happier with Upside and how that's going, and I'm glad you joined us, dude. Yo, what's up, Zach? Made it to the GC this morning. I'm ready for Invade to be ending. Really, Hilgador? I guess that. Yeah, I mean, teach their own. I've enjoyed it. I've streamed it a fair amount, so you guys have gotten to see me get a little frustrated. But overall, I've had a good time, man. I think one of the biggest things for me in enjoying the meta was that I switched my deck over to embrace the meta. I tried to fight it for too long. And I think we talked about this a little bit yesterday. I then, what's up, Miku? I love you using that emoji, dude. That's one of my favorite emojis. But I tried to kind of fight the meta and just like play champs I like, and I didn't want to use any of my 6 stars. And I went on a massive losing streak. I told y'all. I got down to 0. I got down to literally 0 from like 90 or 98 or something. And I was like, well, I'm not having that much fun anymore. And so I changed my deck. I've got 6 stars in there. I've got Electro in there. Like I went full on into it. And turns out I started having a lot more fun, mainly, I think, because I was winning, you know? I do hope we have time to play VGs today. Because as fun as this is, I'll admit, I am purely doing it for the rewards. I've enjoyed Invade as well, but I just don't enjoy when a fight feels so AI reliant. It is AI reliant. Like, in fact, even on like some of the shorts, so I've been enjoying getting back into putting out shorts. They're really fun. I think they can be informative. They can be exciting. I like putting music that I typically enjoy in. This feels a little early to be already using Revive. We're gonna start over, and then we won't start over again. And one of the comments, it was on my Spider-Punk versus Kindred one. And it's just people, like, whatever, you know, it's fine. I'm used to the internet now. And people are like, oh, well, yeah, if you have a good meta, you have a good AI. And I was like, that's the meta. You know, like that's every fight in this. No, wait, where'd Carl go? Oh, he's back. All right, cool. He knows he's the starter. Interesting that YouTube and Twitch has an entirely different audience. I still like Claire more than Nico. Dread, what's up, dude? Oh yeah, no, I actually said hi to you last night. I remember. I there was a point where I was like, okay, I can actually pay attention for a while. I'm gonna go ahead and say hello instead of just lurking. I know you're excited to get this over with, this meta. I have not forgotten about what I was saying to you, Hilgendorf B. Is I'm still working on the right way to say what I mean here. And you know, I think you have reason to really understand what I'm saying. Not that you necessarily will agree with it, but you'll understand what I'm saying. Is I'm still working on how to really phrase, like, that I no longer at all believe in the concepts of like, well, we can't, or this is too OP, or that's not OP enough, or this is responsible and that's not responsible. Like, I've just really done away with all of that, because I've found that if I take it seriously, and I want to take things people say seriously, that's me. Like, I don't know. I don't know how else to operate, to be honest. I just end up being really frustrated. Because I do pay attention. I am someone who pays attention, or I try to anyway. And when I see just so many comments just not making sense when looked at together, it can be really frustrating for me. And I don't want to be frustrated. I want to enjoy the game and play the game. And, you know, kind of treat it how we do on the Discord server. Like, we make our jokes and we vent a little, but yeah, we enjoy the game, man. We're having fun, you know? So, yeah. I'm still not sure how to exactly phrase all of that, like in a succinct way, so I don't need to go through this whole spiel each and every time. Stolen Nolan, what up, dude? Claire's one of my all-time favorite mystics. She hard carried me through. Oh, she's amazing. And the thing with Claire is, I would say I feel pretty comfortable with this concept that Clairvoyant is significantly more difficult to play and get good results with than Nico. Like, it's not even close in my estimation, in my opinion. Now, I haven't played Clairvoyant in a very, very long time, and I was a significantly worse player than I am now, so maybe that's part of it. But I also feel like the challenges of today's game with the defenders and things like that are significantly more difficult. So I'm open to the idea that if Claire came out as a 7-star, maybe I'd be like, oh, dude, this is busted. I see why they gated her. Like, oh my good God. And yet, like, honestly, I see Nico, I play Nico, I really enjoy playing her. I think she's a phenomenal champion and a great addition to MCoC. But yeah, she really makes me wonder, she makes it a lot of things hard to make any sort of sense. Let's put it that way. Things that I had said previously and all of that. And so that leaves me in a place that I don't really particularly like to be. Which is, I think, if you were paying a lot of attention to things I said, I think I look like an idiot. And I don't like looking like an idiot. I do that just fine enough already in my day to day. So yeah. So in other words, bring on the Claire, man. Let's stop with this nonsense. And I see your comment there, OME. Yeah, what I found is, one of the reasons I never streamed on Twitch was at MCoC, the audience was mainly on YouTube. Wait, this isn't DDR? You're right, my friend. This is not Dance Dance Revolution. What's up, BC? I thought that Twitch was more, I do videos on YouTube and all of that, and that was difficult enough to kind of get going and figure out and all that, and the streaming. And I always thought that Twitch, as someone who's never on Twitch, thank you so much for the new follow there, Wolfslayer. I really appreciate that. Was more for I don't want to say you're hardcore gamers, because I'm not trying to say that this isn't a real game. It is. But maybe you're more I'm not sure. I think you guys might understand what I'm trying to say. And then once MCoC started streaming on Twitch, I was like, oh, this is pretty interesting. I knew that Pepe was on here. I believe Lefty has been doing Twitch for quite a long time. And then once Kabam started the drops, I was like, all right, well, shoot, I'm just crazy not to do this. And the real irony for me has been, I have found the Twitch side to be very kind and supportive. I don't, I'm not saying that the YouTube side isn't, but I've always kind of thought that I kind of cultivated an audience that was maybe a bit more mature. Shoot. And so it was a little bit of people like that seeking out my channel and us kind of a meeting together. And so I hate the term toxic is so overused, man. But I think in this case, it's actually right. The more toxic part just either got muted by me or eventually was like, oh, he's not going to respond to us, so we'll go troll elsewhere. And I just assumed that that's what Twitch would be. And it's been the exact opposite. I look at the chat and it's people who often show up in chat, they say hello, they use the emojis, they write full paragraphs. It's been a really, really pleasant experience. There's no other way to say it. Just start forward my Nico after Awakener from the Titan charts. Dude, congratulations. For the Mention Arcade rewards. Not so bad as an event for me, I guess. No, dude, in fact, so we had a good discussion on my Discord about it. And it just, the discussion itself kind of furthered my opinion on it, where, I personally, I think it's a bad look. Unless what Kabam is getting is so beneficial as far as whatever their goal is from the community that's enjoying it or willing to do it for the rewards. If that's the case, then man, go for it. But if it's not, I still feel encourage them to consider what it kind of, I think, reasonably does to players like myself. And it's not that we're right and you're wrong. It's more cost benefit analysis. It's like the meme, I think, of Thanos, where it's well, what did this cost? And so if infuriating or at least ruining the perception of Kabam, and not Kabam, but MCoC, or tarnishing it for 80% of the player base, and they being maybe some of your most engaged players, at the ambivalence or slight okayness of 10% of your audience, I don't think that's a good decision. And so that's kind of where I land. So I can totally respect that someone may totally enjoy it. And I could see it felt like you're more lower spend and free to play. We're I'm not saying I love it, but I'll do it for the rewards. And so I just think that's maybe find another way to get them that. Or to my real point is polish up the mode. polish it up. So that way someone like me starts to engage. It was like, oh, this isn't for me. That's cool. I'll move on. Not, dude, why am I playing a browser game and is the music blaring in my ears? And then the things don't work. That's kind of more, it's a bit more nuanced, I guess. Let's see here. We definitely want to nullify. And let's take this. Yeah, I used to love playing Diablo, dude. I used to love Diablo. Such a great champion. That's a hard one to... Yeah, it is, B. And I've been trying for 3 or 4 or 5 months, I think. Yeah, it is what it is. It's kind of like, and I'll say it, since we're kind of just doing EQ and we're chit-chatting here, and I'd love to get you guys all your thoughts on these things, is I almost added it to my video on the Dance Dance Revolution. But I chose not to, because I was like, I want this focus on that. Is on one of my news videos recently, I went out of my way to make it very clear I thought Nimrod was still great, and they did put it in the patch notes, and I never used the word nerf. I never did, and that was very intentional. I just said he was changed. Either the way he had operated in the game was changed, or his wording was changed. And if you don't think the wording of the signature ability was changed, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I showed you side by side. It's been changed. Like, I don't know if that fact is not clear to you. I just can't. I don't know what else to do. And yet still, people have very much taken their own interpretations of it, and are attributing things I did not say to me. But in the comments, because I like to go and read them, I saw people kind of trashing Karate Mike and saying that, like, I was trying to defend him. And I thought about including this in my video. I forgot about it. Michelle, why you do that to me, girl? I thought we were friends. But I was like, I don't want to detract from the video on Concert of Champions. I don't want to belittle it any more than I already have. And I was like, no, I'm not going to, because that's going to detract from it. But I think one of the things everyone forgets is Mike is the community manager. And maybe he is in these meetings, and maybe they give him like veto power, but I highly doubt that. That'd be a really weird way to do things. And so he might be in the meetings, he might be a voice in the room. We have no clue. But I feel certain he also isn't like the executive director of MCoC. But his job is to be the community manager. His job is to write the post. His job is to go on the live stream and make it sound exciting. And so, like, I actually think Mike's doing a great job when he goes and says that, like, we've learned a lot from Dimensional Arcade 1. It's so much better, blah, blah, blah. Because, like, if I was his employer and he didn't do that, I'd be furious. He wouldn't have a job anymore. And so I don't think he's lying to us. I think he's doing his job. Is that I don't know if that's clear again, but it's like, I don't see any reason to hate. I see no reason to provide hate to the person. It's like, it's the old idea of like shooting the messenger, but when you don't like the message, it's not his fault. Yeah. 100% tough job as Mike is on the front line. Exactly. Like, imagine it, like, think about it. Like, let's just do this, because I think it's a fun thought experiment, and I don't like seeing stuff pushed towards him. I really just don't. That's why I tried so hard to be like, I want to be clear. He's talking about vacation. Let's be clear on this, though. It's not unreasonable for some Kabam employees to have been on vacation until, like, they can take vacation wherever the hell they want. Right? Like, I took a month vacation. Like, let's not do that. And so let's stick with what we do know and can know, basically, I guess is what I was hoping to do there. What's OME saying? I do not understand why people are so rude to Karate Mike. It would be like screaming at a Comcast agent over the phone just because they're upset with the Comcast phone. Yeah, exactly. That's another very real world example. Like, I get it. And trust me, I've been so frustrated with Verizon or Comcast or like any sort of service provider. I've been so frustrated with them that I've wanted to yell, but fortunately, it's not their fault. Like, they didn't make this decision. they're unfortunately the bearer of outrageously upsetting news or frustration, but they're not the reason why my internet's down or my bill's wrong or whatever. And so I just like, yeah, if we ever find out otherwise, I'm not, again, I'll tell you guys my honest thoughts and what I think. But up until now, I think Mike has just literally done his job, and I think done it exceptionally well. Like, you know, again, like consider being the community manager with all of these bugs. Everything that happened in 2025, you need to go on live and talk to thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people. You need to say, I'm sorry, it's mea culpas. And literally none of them are your fault. Literally none. But you're up there alone. You're literally alone. No one's holding your hand. No one whose fault it actually was is up there saying like, hey guys, I'm the Twitter intern. It's me. I don't know the difference between Tuesday and Wednesday. Don't blame Mike. No, it's Mike up there saying, we this, we that. I don't know, whatever. Didn't mean this to turn into like a commentary on Mike. Like I said, I actually edited it out. If you watch the video, there's kind of a weird edit, although I think people are used to them now on YouTube. Towards the end of the video, there's like a 2 or 3 minute thing, and it's just like, yeah, edit this out. It just makes the video longer, and I don't want an argument about Mike in the comment section. It'd be great for interaction in the algorithm, but again, that's not what we do. One thing that the streaming the EQ has done is let me know that I need to start ranking up more of my champions to rank 2 and 3, just to kind of get through this faster. I will, in fact, I'm going to pause this so I can read some comments. I don't want to just like be silent with you guys. That's hard to check. I think I get what you're getting at. In a world where we get Deathless Thanos, Nico's Serpent, and Spider-Man balancing champion power levels, seems difficult to fully take seriously. I should say more clearly, Kabam's statement about, yes, exactly. And I don't mean that in like an insulting way, but I know it's taken as if I'm trying to be insulting. And I'm like, I'm not. It's just, if you put yourself in my shoes or the shoes of a lot of the community who's paying attention to these things, like, what, this is why, like, again, in the video, like, I think I articulated it better in the video on Dance Dance on Concert of Champions, was I was like, I'm not accusing you, Kabam, of anything. What I'm trying to tell you is, when this is what's put forth, I think it's reasonable for myself and other players of the game to start theory crafting and coming up with explanations, and I don't think you want us doing that. But again, like, you know, the cool thing is I don't really need to be worried about like hurting Kabam's feelings anymore. I never really was particularly worried about it, but I guess I don't have to deal with the frustration of if they get their feelings hurt anymore. Oh, what? I do understand. Yeah. Adrian, yes, I completely agree with what you're saying there. This is what I usually say. I know that this is not your fault, and I apologize if I sound a bit worked up, but I am extremely upset because, yeah, that's a pretty good one. That's a pretty good one. I like that. Yeah. What's up, D2 United? How you doing, bud? All right, I think if I remember correctly, I usually make this mistake. The second like lane, the nodes change a little bit. Nope. Okay. Are there any tough defenders? Patriot sometimes trips me up. Okay. As someone who's worked in a call center, those comments were appreciated when I heard them. That's good to know. I found that sometimes it actually has the opposite effect. But again, people are people. Like, there's exceptions to every rule. You know, people have different moods. Like, they could have had a good day. They could have just gotten off with someone who yelled at them. They could, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. We can just do our best. We can do our best to try to, and then we move on. All right. All of that being said, I'm very much looking forward to the stream on Friday. Again, we talked about this. Most people were probably asleep by the time it happened, but on the Discord yesterday about, you know, one of the things that hasn't happened is we are owed information on Ascension, the banquet post-mortem. And I would love some more information on AI 2.0. I mean, Crash wrote in his post that it'd be good to get more info out on that. And so I'm hoping the stream has that sort of stuff in it, you know? Of course, they'll talk about the champions. I'm excited to learn about them, too. But I think there's a bit more that a lot of us would really appreciate learning about. And the Ascension information was supposed to be to us in January. Like, they wrote that. I'm not making that up. That's, like, they set that deadline, not me. This is an annoying fight. Still didn't die. We're going to use this SB1. And then we will wait. Oh, nap. I always like doing that with Hood. It's not like necessarily the best way to play him, but it is a fun way for me to create openings. I enjoy it. You very obviously do your best to handle these situations with kid gloves and not by insulting. Unfortunately, in a world that gets offended by everything, in an internet filled with people looking to spew negativity and hate. Yeah, I will admit, I got very frustrated. I think you're talking to me, Weapon X. What's up, buddy, by the way? Thanks for being here. I'll admit, I got very frustrated at the end of last year. I was very, very, very frustrated in the fall. As we headed into, like, November, December, that subsided significantly. And honestly, it's all because of a conversation I had with someone who works at Kabam. I found them to be quite professional and easy to talk to, and we didn't agree with them on everything, but it was like, oh, okay, well, how about this? And then they were like, yeah, and then they said it to me, and I was like, yeah, that's cool. And pretty much since then, it's been good, you know. And you all, we were having fun with the streams and my alliance and everything, like everything I told you guys. Okay. But that did help me feel significantly better about covering the game. Significantly better. I'm really, really hoping we get information on Ascension at the live stream. I do too. I want to take it seriously. I want to feel like they mean the things they say. So, yeah. You know, that looked like a really good comment there, and I started playing. Faith! I'll get you, Faith through fire, if it's the last thing I do. A little bit late to the topic, but I believe that at this point, people yelling, saying how all of this is Mike's fault are a good example of humanity needing the smallest yet stupidest reason to hate. Yeah, I think it's also just like, we have a game that has, like, it's, if someone's like, oh, I'm in my 50s, you're like, oh, okay. If someone's like, I'm 12, you're also not surprised. And I there's not a lot of spaces where 50-year-olds and 12-year-olds are interacting, where they're not like a parent and a grandparent, you know? And so I think sometimes You know, I meant what I said. I actually do lurk on the MCoC Discord sometimes. Like this morning, I spent a little time chatting there. And I think kind of what happens is we have these very wildly different senses of humor and also understandings of like what happens in life. I don't know how else to say that without sounding insulting. Because I remember when I was a kid and people would be like, oh, you just don't know any better. You don't have the experience, whatever. It was very annoying. And yet I am, you know, the age I am now. And I'm like, I think because of my experience, I understand that Mike is just communicating and it's his job to make it sound exciting. Where I think maybe when you're young or inexperienced, let's say, you might not have the life experience to let you know that. And so you kind of maybe forget that that's the case. You know, you just see Kabam guy and you're annoyed at Kabam, and so you take it out on him, and then you add on the different senses of humor. You know, like what's okay to say, what sort of joke. Here's an example is this last weekend. You know, I've had people because I do so many tier lists, and I'm trying to be helpful, I'll try to get information out, you know. But because I do so many, it's not unusual for people to disagree, which is totally fine. It's normal, right? Like, it'd be good. It'd be weird if everyone was like, this is perfect and fits my experience perfectly. I think that would mean I've probably done a really bad job. Because I've basically just told everyone that all their champions are amazing, and that's not true. And so it's not unusual for there to be a comment like, the ranking of this champion is criminal. And I understand what that means. I will say that, like, that's not really something like me and my friends would ever say to each other. And I had my first one that I saw this last weekend was, this is criminal and should be punishable by death. And I get it, that was likely a child who was trying to be funnier than the this is criminal. Right? Like, I know what kids are like. I have to. And one of the ways to try to be humorous is to, like, take it a step farther than whatever the other person has just said. So, like, as a dad, I was able to be like, I realize this is probably like a 9-year-old. They don't understand what they're actually saying. But something being punishable by death sure takes it one step farther. And so in their brain, that's, like, funnier. At the same time, I was like, yeah, I don't ever want to read this again. Like, I don't want my viewers reading this. I personally don't ever want to read this. And so I muted them, I think is the term. So that they can, like, still make their comments if they want to, but that doesn't mean I'm going to see them. And I'm like, that, in my opinion, I'm like, that respects their right to have an opinion. Like, I'm not trying to take that away from them. But their right to have an opinion doesn't supersede my right to not read that this is punishable by death. I don't think they actually thought that I should be punished that way, but it just was like, I don't think so. And so that it's a long-winded example of, I think, just how our community, because of all these various ages, and, like, it's international too, people don't know. I think there's just, and often the least informed are the most vocal is what I found, what I've learned doing social media. Yeah, exactly. It feels really extreme, but, like, again, like, Hilbendorf, you're a father, right? Like, I don't remember exactly how old your kids are, but it feels like there's definitely an age, I've experienced it with both my kids now, where they're kind of learning about humor. You know, they're kind of learning about jokes and taking things afar, and silliness and absurdity, and how that, like, intersects with laughter. And, you know, they're like puppies, right? They play with each other, and then they come and try to play with adults, and they'll take something that maybe, like, was a hit on the playground or in class that day, and they'll say it to us adults, and it's like, you know, that's not okay, kid. Like, that went too far. The thing is, and you guys have seen this before with me on Discord, where I'm like, I use all my patience parenting my children. I'm not going to use it here, you know? So, yeah. Hey, Tobias, what's up, dude? Work! How you doing, man? I've been reminded about how old I am in more than the last 3 months playing this game than in the previous 2.5 years not playing it. Yeah. Oh, it's a daily... I mean, literally on my Discord today was this, you know? There's some people having a good time. Like, they're just being playful. They meant no harm. Literally none. Probably didn't even think that it could be harmful or annoying. And they're just having a good time, man. Having a laugh, having a giggle. You know, I was that age too, and I'm sure the stuff I did was annoying as hell. I know it was. My dad told me. You know, my dad told me, and not in nice words, how annoying it was. But at the same time, it's a space where we've got people my age, your age, and so like we all gotta like, I don't know, work together, I guess, if we're gonna coexist. You lack the prime experience, but I do understand where this is coming from. Thanks, Bart. I appreciate it. And I obviously make mistakes, man. I make a lot of them. Can you please accept my friend request on MCoC? We'll take a look at it, man. The reason why I often don't do that, and I don't do it on Discord at all anymore, take friend requests from people I don't already know, or have, like, you know, kind of pre-authorized, is, well, it's actually a little different on Discord now, but on the game itself, it's because I do BG friendlies, and I'll do them live, and I need that space. So I have the people that I do kind of communicate with. It hasn't been a long time because we've got like Discord and stuff. But there are people I do communicate with at times via the game, or like if we lose touch, because I used to be online and I'm not online at all anymore. But yeah, dude, I'll take a look at that. I appreciate you being on the stream as much as you are. And then on Discord, I'll be honest, it's because people got really, really weird, dude. They got really freaking weird, man. Yeah, you guys will have no clue who it is, so I feel okay saying it. But someone started like kind of befriending me, and it was fine. It felt nice. They seemed like a nice person. They like responded to my tweets and stuff, man. You know, they didn't really attend many streams or anything, but you know, it seemed nice enough. And then like one day he just like out of nowhere, and this was after just like a couple weeks, said I should come visit him at his house in a totally different state. And ever since then, things were really, really weird, and they now go and spread like lies about me on the internet. It's really quite disturbing to see. I'm not gonna lie. Fortunately, nothing is like threatening. They're just lies. But like I'll see them like on other people's videos and stuff, or because people will let me know. They're like, "Hey, do you know this guy is saying this about you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, there's nothing I can do about it. It's really bizarre." And it's not threatening, so it's not like something I could take to the police or anything, you know. But yeah, basically that person made it so it's like I can't just accept friend requests. I just can't. Like it's a bad idea. Man, this is a slog. I hear all the things happening. I really appreciate. I think those are follows, and I really do appreciate it. When this fight's over, I will raise my head and read the screen. Yes, those are follows. Thank you so much, Zemo, and it looks like Omega. I really appreciate that as we continue to grow the Twitch side. Was really disappointing as I covered the Trello board in the news on the weekends to see that, because I had felt that Wolf does not feel as fluid on 60 frames per second, and to see that he actually is not. Gino, what's up, dude? Okay. Tobias, I don't know I don't know what that means, man. You got to help me out. Yeah, Bart, you kind of got it. Yep, that's yeah. You kind of like guessed it. And yes, Dean, it was really weird. On the plus side, I've done meetups and stuff. Everyone's always been outrageously nice and totally normal and just wanted to talk life in MCoC. This was just one kind of unfortunate situation. But I do feel bad because I used to accept friend requests and stuff. Like I like chatting with people. I do this because, oh, and for a lot of reasons, but one of them is I enjoy chatting with you all and hanging out, and it's fun. I guess Rintra. I gotta. Do you guys level up champions for this mode? Like, should I start doing more neutralize and nullify champs? It's like a Morse code. I don't know. I know Tobias has me totally interested. Tobias comes by, so I don't know what they're saying, and now I really want to know. I keep looking up, hoping that I will now know, like, what's Tobias saying, man? There we go. There's the cow I know. I haven't ranked up champ specific for EQ, but it's more that I'm just working on growing the account over time, and that obviously helps. Yeah, that kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier. Is I think I just need to rank 2 and rank 3 more champs. For most of 2025, I spent most of my time, like, if I was purchasing materials or getting them, I was focused on the highest rank of rank 4, which was really helpful in like battlegrounds and stuff. But I think I feel it here. I mean, not that I think, like, this would be tremendously better if I had a ton of rank 3s, but it would be better. Let's see, is this where the node changes? This is the first time I think I've ever really processed this. That transistor says that the defender rewards 100% more spirit. All right, cool. So I guess this looks like a place where if you didn't have nullifiers and stuff, you could have gotten some Fury benefits. Is the dance mode worth playing? In my opinion, absolutely not. Now, obviously, because I'm a YouTuber and stuff, I spend a pretty good amount on the game. I think if you're a low spender or you are free to play and you enjoy it a little bit, yeah, those are the people who I've seen having a good time with it, are folks who are and I'm not saying it's the only way to have fun, okay? I know people get a little sensitive about this stuff, but the people I've seen saying they're having a good time are either free to play or low to spend, and their rationale has often be that they need the units, and there's a lot of units in there, which is true. There's a little part, and I don't think I included this in the video because I wanted to keep it based on feedback. Is why did we not heal that back? Does anyone know why we didn't heal any of that back? That was weird. Does Namor do a burst of damage, like if you're bleed immune or something? I don't think that's a bug. I'd like to learn. I feel like that has something to do with Namor. He was reflecting your dot. Thank you, Work. was like, yeah, I don't think that's a bug. I think that's just me. There's an interaction I'm not seeing. Thanks, I appreciate that. What made you lift the boycott? I was just literally, and I appreciate you asking. It was literally, I did exactly what I said I was going to do. Is if I'm having fun, and my viewers, my channel members, vote for me to lift the boycott, then I will. I was having fun, mainly because of Discord, my Discord and my alliance and my channel. And then, like I said earlier in the stream, you may not have been here, I had a conversation with someone from Kabam, and I really honestly felt like, I was like, this person is acting like a mature adult, and I feel like they're treating me like I'm a mature adult. And that went a long way towards me feeling better about even covering the game. Like, I think I've said this before. I was making quite a few plans on transitioning to just not covering the game at all anymore, closing most of the stuff down over the course of this year and starting a second channel. And then I had that conversation and I was like, okay, all right, I feel better about covering the game. Like yeah, okay. And they're just one person. Like, I don't think Kabam's not perfect or anything. It was like, okay, this I get. This makes sense to me, you know? And again, like, in full transparency, like, it was that post from Dave where I was like, oh my God, this is like a mature adult. Like, this is a mature, self-confident adult. Like, this is awesome. I'm all for this. And so those kind of combined. And then I did what I said. I ended up spending $200 because I thought I'd be able to buy the lowest level of membership. And the lowest level of membership for my channel is $1. So I had said that I was going to, you know, I didn't want just like my current channel members decide on their own, because I feel like they might have like more discretionary income and that sort of thing. And so I ended up spending $200 to do it. I believe it was $200. Yeah, I think it had. No, it's $250. I bought 50 memberships. And I left it up to the channel members, and they voted. I actually checked in on this a couple days ago or a week ago, just to be like, it blew my mind. I was seriously shocked by the results. There was 3 options. One was like fully go back to whatever. One was just get Paviter and the Platinum Pass in Paviter, and that's it. The other one was no, don't spend it all. Don't spend it all was at 9%. Get Paviter and the Platinum Pass, I think it was at 10%. And then 81% were like, go back, just please go back to fully spending. And I was like, I literally said this is what I was going to do. I think it's really important that I do what I said I was going to do. And I was having fun too, because that was like the built-in, that was like the safety, right? Was like, you know, because I'm aware people sometimes enjoy spending, which is totally okay. And so that was the built-in like kind of insurance. And I was like, no, I am having a good time. Like I'm not gonna claim that I'm not. I'm legitimately having a lot of fun. And so yeah, so that's why. Fair. It's amazing how much a reasonable conversation held. Well, like that wasn't it though, man. Like I said, there was I was actually having fun, and there was my channel members, which is what I said I was going to base it on. I said I would base it on my fun and my channel members. So the reasonable conversation just helps me feel better about covering the game, really. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I haven't even looked at the friend thing. I apologize. And yeah, I have, for kind of the reasons that are being said, I have in-game invite turned off. Or I don't see it. I'll try to remember after this fight. Didn't mean to do that. Cool, cool, cool. Fun, fun, fun. I'll take a look at the invite. Haven't touched EQ at all. Hey, what's up, Chop? Thanks for being here, dude. You know what? It is not enjoyable. I do feel like, and I'm not saying they did what I wanted. Okay, I want to be clear. But I do feel like it's what I said I thought EQ should be, and that was just bread and butter. Like people who want to sign in and thanks, Who's Your Daddy? And I appreciate all the support and you attending the streams and stuff and the conversation. I really do. Thank you. And thank you, moderators, for responding to them. As you guys know, I'm not trying to ignore someone. For someone who just wants to log in, dude, and you know, this is what they do. Not most people don't play this game like super competitively and get into all the nuance and care about stat ratings and all that stuff. Like they, you know, they're the people you play in Battlegrounds that haven't done any of their extra stats. You know, maybe they don't even have strikers attached to all their champions and stuff. There's a lot of people enjoying the game just really casually, you know? And if you think about it, like, it's a really involved game. Like, that's, you know, that's pretty good. And so having something for them to do, to feel like they're progressing their roster, I think this is a really good thing. The downside is it creates a very boring experience, I think, for us more competitive players. But the rewards, I think, are really good, and it can be an opportunity. And I'm trying, as much as I'm talking through this and stuff, I am trying to use it as a refresher on how to play a bunch of champions, like you see here with Wiccan. I'm not even close to having a roster for Q. I think the game's bugged in general. So yeah, I mean, there you go, Miku. Like, and I think that's cool. Like, and I mean this in a good way. That's what I was saying. Is like, I think you want people. I don't think you want to be challenging your like in-game players on this, and I don't think you want to be taking up as much of their time, too. Right? We just want to get in to get out. But I think you're like more moderate players. I think you want them to have something like, oh, okay, cool. Like if I rank at this champion, my prestige is a little better and I can get a little bit better rewards. And so this like feeling of gain each month. I wonder if, are you feeling that from any of this? I'm curious. Right, I'll keep trying to swipe. Honestly, Zemo, the swipes, I can't help you at all. I'm appreciative of B and others in the chat helping you out. I think I do need to finally take Metallica off. I do like Metallica. I do enjoy Metallica. But as the coffee's wearing off, they're feeling really intense. Oh, and I thank you for all the subscribes. I'm seeing all the subscribes on the YouTube side. That's cool, man. I really do appreciate it. Let us know if you have any questions or anything. Welcome. We got a quick question, mostly fan stuff. What are your thoughts on fan community making fan concepts for champs, free works, and stuff? Honestly, like, I think it's cool as hell. I think it's cool as hell. I think it's one of those things where, one, I think it's fun. And I think it's fun that people get into it and get involved. And, like, I mean, like, look, one of the most famous designer of champions in our game literally just played the game for a very long time. He happens to obviously be great at designing champions, like has some sort of very natural skill or way of thinking for it. But like, if that's like your ultimate goal and stuff, is to have a job like that, one of the best ways to get good at literally anything is to practice it, right? Like, so I think it's cool from like let's call it like a practical standpoint too. And then from a purely fun, like, shoot, I started a YouTube channel because I was enjoying this game. So if you're enjoying like designing champions and stuff, that's awesome. And then as a content creator and someone who wants the game to do well, I think the more like the community is engaged in. Wait, what did I do wrong? Oh, it's a medium attack for her. See, like, this is why I'm trying to pay a little more attention and stuff. I love playing Purgatory, and just like a refresher on little stuff on how to play it. And this is a safe space to make mistakes. But like, the more there's like meetups, the more there's fan interactions, the more there's these sorts of things, I think the better. So I think that's a win-win-win, you know, in my opinion. When are they updating the stores? No clue, dude. No clue. No clue. I wish it was soon. Thank you so much for the follows there. Seviathan. That's cool. Thank you so much for the follow. I think I said thank you to Omega and Zemo too. And AAR Mister. Thank you so much for being here. And Sade Arrow. Thank you. To help Rant Purgatory, it's helpful to parry this special if you can. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. We're almost done. We'll do little BGs after this one. I'm not going to ask you all to sit through that much EQ. And I appreciate y'all hanging out. I'm hoping drops start Friday with Kabam's live stream. That would make some sense to me, since we've gone this long, basically. I had hoped that they would have started by now, but I could see them doing it for their live stream. You know, get people watching and stuff, or like an extra incentive to watch. I am doing something a bit different this week. Actually, I appreciate you bringing that up, because I should be talking about this. I am planning to, I may still do the stream synopsis video. Damn. Don't fight a lot of North Stars. But what I may not, because what I am doing this time is I'm going to stream party cover the live stream and then continue to stream on Twitch afterwards in anticipation of there being some sort of new drops and helping people get them. And of course, it's, you know, great for more people to learn that I'm over here. And I think it's obvious, but in case it's not, what I mean by over here is I mean on the Twitch side as well. Man, I did not think he would do that much damage. This guy is a good champion. This guy is Pivita Pravarkar. And the difficulty between the regular quest and EQ seems like a pretty big gap. It is? Okay. All right. Ah, the Medusa emoji. I love seeing that. Yeah, I hear what you're saying there, Hilgendorf. Like, I don't like deep dive into the fan builds and stuff. If you know, on that side of things. I should at least check the notes. And then, like I said, we'll jump and do at least a little bit of BGs here. Yeah, we got time. What is this? Intercepting the defender against the attacker, non-sacking. What's a block regeneration? Uh-oh. Interesting. I wonder if this is a new ability we'll see on a champion soon. Very interesting. That's cool. Okay, so yeah, all right. All right. Where are my mutants at? Let's use her. I've been enjoying using her on attack. She's won me a couple rounds lately, mainly against Serpent. No, my scores have been nowhere near like what Liam did in his short. But we end up in these weird last rounds. I wasn't able to draft a Serpent counter. And as long as Serpent's AI plays ball, I can get a score like in the 40,000s. And if I place a good enough defender, I've been winning. And that's been fun. Winning is fun, apparently. I actually like her SP3 animation, so we'll leave it on since time doesn't matter. Let's go for it. We're all in. Let's believe in Captain Britain. Come on. Trying to act excited about it, but I gotta be honest, I'm not. All right. That felt like enough EQ for today. Let's do a little battlegrounds. I've been told a certain blue marvel will be coming soon, and I did just get a 7-star awakening gem. Let's get all the science mats we can in anticipation of pulling him. I don't know if I want him to be the first champion or the second champion of next month, because I'm still pretty far away from my like pity timer. But if he's looking pretty busted, maybe we'll have fun and do like a pretty big hunt for him. We'll definitely open like we've been doing. Yeah, Serpent's AI is not about playing ball. The thing I've done is I have moved fully to like the shortening of combos has been pretty helpful. And again, I'm not doing like what Liam did in that short. I think that's obvious. But I have gotten like scores in the we can actually look. Because I don't want to accidentally overstate it. It wouldn't be intentional. There it is. There, yeah, I knew I had one recently where it was like the best I could do. I think they maybe had a counter for her. I don't recall the exact scenario, but I think maybe they had a counter for her, or maybe I just had other defenders I thought would work better. And I did not have a good Serpent counter, or I wanted to use Nico elsewhere. I don't remember the exact situation. No, it doesn't look like that at all. And I have another one like that somewhere in this list. It's not worth diving all the way into. If Blue Marvel doesn't have a synergy with Void or Sentry, I don't want him. It has to be one with Doctor Strange and maybe. The designer who it's DLL. I think most people know that. Most people who know the designer, he does a phenomenal job of really researching the characters, like reading the comics, trying to he really does try to like, I think, get the essence of the character that exists and do what he can to bring that to the game. And I do think he does a very good job actually of not going too far with that, like remembering that it is a video game that they need to operate in. And so, like, I think trying to like harness the essence of them while still having them operate obviously very powerfully in the game, right? What's up, Turk God? Thank you so much for the follow. Really appreciate it. So I would be if Blue Marvel is known for doing things with like I assume the Sentry and Doctor Strange, like if that's like a really popular comic line or something. I don't know a lot about Blue Marvel. I'm not going to pretend that I do. Then I would feel almost certain they will have a synergy. I would be very surprised if they don't. You have 5 science gems? Holy cow. All right. Gotta focus up, focus in. I really enjoy the iridescent border for, like, so many people have the iridescent Yondu. It makes it really hard to miss Yondu. And of course, I want to ban Yondu as someone doesn't. This deck is, oh, that's NY78. Okay, no wonder. I don't think we're winning, boys. That's a great way to start the day. All right, but we don't give up. We don't give up. We don't give up. Now we give up. But why? But why, he asks himself. Flack. Joe Flacco. The only Awakened gem I have right now is Science. I'm saving until Friday at least, but I want to use it on Deathless She-Hulk. I'm not sold on Blue. Really, Deathless She-Hulk? And not that she's not a very good champion. I think she really is. And I'm pumped up on like the more places to use her, with like Coliseum, maybe this new AQ that's coming out. I don't know. I mean, it's your account. Have fun, and I'm always a big proponent of that. Yeah. Oh, we're gonna get crushed. Um, Mr. Calbino, what is up, dude? Hey, thanks so much for being here, Jamo. What's up, man? All right. You're about to see me get roasted. Nightcrawler. Miku, are you a Nightcrawler fan too? You have the most interesting takes, or not takes, likes in MCoC Champions. I really respect it. There we go. Thank you so much for the follow there. Strider, thank you very much. Are they going with old Sentinel? They've probably seen Kaitu's video showing that something is up with Zola's AI. I don't think he's operating as intended. If you haven't seen it, make sure you give Kaitu a view there. Give him a sub while you're at it. I actually made a mistake there. That's on me. I should have won this. Shoot. Basically, I shouldn't have thrown the special when I did. I should have stopped my combo, backed off to utilize her power, her lack of power better. That's completely my fault, and we should have won. First match. That's annoying. NSTW. I feel like I should know who that is. It feels like it's very obvious. I'm sorry. Either someone in the chat write it out, or if you could write it out. What's the outro song? Oh, it is a song that actually this a place here in San Francisco. I live in San Francisco. There's a place called Rock Band Land, and oh shit, I'm done. Huh. All right then. There's a place called Rock Band Land, and it's like it's for kids, basically like a musical place for kids. And one of my kids did a summer camp there like 8 years ago or something like that. And so what they do in the camp is they produce a song. Like the kids learn to play instruments. Like it's very professional equipment and stuff. And so it's the song that they produced that summer. And I when I started this, I asked them if I could use it as an outro, and they were like, "Yeah, sure, go ahead, have fun." And so I've just always used it. I'm sure we're not winning, but it's at least fun to see what we can do. Yeah, yeah, the unblockables not doing me any favors. I forgot we had Kindred on the other side. I forgot. Kindred pulls stuff out of their corpse. They'll pull some things out of their corpse. I got good at this fight in the previous meta. I have not even tried it in this one. And you know Nico's gonna come at me like a freaking demon. I hate that, dude. I hate her and her stupid staff. And then she gets the light intercept. Sweet, 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 sweet. Cool, 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 cool. Fun, fun, fun. It's like if you dash back too early, she's going to get you with her staff. If you dash back too late, you dex, and then you get the poison. It's like the perfect, like, ha, you lose both ways. It's just, as much as I love her on attack, I feel the exact opposite way about her as a defender. Like, it just, I get it. The whole point was to make you use a poison immune. I fully get it. It's just not a fun way to make you use a poison immune, in my opinion. All right, let's look at some chat because we obviously ain't winning. Congratulations. I see the question about my job. You know how like I stopped taking friend requests on Discord because people got weird? I've stopped saying what I do for work because people got weird, man. People got weird. So, but I understand the reason for the question. It's basically something that I very much enjoy. I feel very fulfilled. It also provides me tremendous freedom. I just need to get the job done. But I obviously have a lot of freedom. Does the Negasantin's Warhead want high sig? Let's go ahead and take a look at it. It's funny, man. I really I thought she was good when she came out, but I feel like she has fallen hard, dude. Kind of unfortunate what's happening with mutants with Jean Grey and Sinister and Onslaught running around. Where is she? No, I don't think so, man. Especially because the first bullet point, as an attacker, Negasantin's evade counter inflicts 1.89 incinerates rounded up. So I think, I remember thinking she wants to be awakened though. I think it was for this part. And personal incinerates are paused during her special attacks. Additionally, striker hits and counter attacks. Pause, incinerate, and incinerate vulnerability. I think it was that part, my recollection when I did the testing on her, was I really wanted that. It helped her loop quite a bit. But with the signature ability being like a round up, which is, we don't often see that, I would think just get above 1. Because I think those incinerates just get to a max of 3. I'm going to pull up Conchu Zonk real quick just to check it out, to confirm. But no, she doesn't. It doesn't seem like she's someone who you... Yeah, the signature ability only goes up to 3 anyway. So like, I wouldn't feed stones or anything. Is Spider-Woman still worth awakening? It's between her and Scorpion as my top science achievements. I would, if you're gonna leave them at Sig 1, I would go to Scorpion. If you're going to throw Sig Stones in, I would go with Spider-Woman. I think Spider-Woman's still probably the best science champion in the game, just in general. Photon's got so much utility that I think she's in the conversation. And Scorpion obviously is in the conversation too. But I still default towards Spider-Woman. The one thing I'll say there is, remember, Spider-Woman is in, I think, the Titan, and she'll be moving to the basic. So you have a chance to pull her. It's not a great chance, but you do have a chance where there's no chance to pull Scorpion. And I do like Scorpion's awakened ability quite a bit. Okay, so the answer is kind of, but not really. I'm being told I need her for lane 7. You need Spider-Woman? What tier are you looking to play in? Let me know. Highly recommend B McGee's channel for North Star. Yes. Nico's really infuriating from a testing arcade while handles her. So that's the thing with her, man, is, you know, like we talked about earlier, it's like almost every Battlegrounds match, particularly this meta, the AI is such a massive determinant on like how it's going to work, right? Like if Enchantress doesn't throw that special, then I win, right? But that's everyone. That's every fight. That's everything, right? So take that. With Nico, it feels even more enhanced. Because what feels like a bias in her AI, but I tend to kind of like, I'm not someone who defaults to the like, hey, Kabam, why'd you make this instead of that? I'm like, they're different departments, different people. I understand. I tend to, like, I predicted that we would all hate the AI even more because of this meta. Because this meta is more making us focus in on what the defender's doing or not doing. Also, because we're trying to go so quick, we're more likely to dive in and get special intercepted, light intercepted, as just happened to me, where it's like, it's probably the same AI as it was just like last month, but this Battlegrounds meta is making us hate it more, you know? That's how kind of like my default anyways, with this stuff. You know what? Let's get rid of that. And there's your Nightcrawler, Miku. I'm probably going to get destroyed by a Nightcrawler, and it's for you. It's all for you. Nico is poisonous, so I'd say inherently. Yeah, Nico's more... Oh, dude, yeah. Nico's more toxic than Red Skull. In a world where toxic is grossly overused, Nico takes the cake. Yeah. Oh, show. No doubts. Next question. Goat Faria is better than anyone. I do love myself a good Nefaria, man. I do love myself a good Nefaria. What do we got here so far? I don't love what I'm seeing on the screen. Not great, Bob. And I didn't pay enough attention to the roster to know if I should be... Oh, they banned Kindred. Okay. You know, I see your question, Evan. If I forget it, please repeat it. I'm not ignoring you. I'm trying to win a game, man. Okay. They have a unique roster, and it's I will admit it's tripping me up a little bit. I think they've probably done a really nice job crafting it with their roster. They've done a nice job crafting their deck to get it to Quantum 3, which is part of it. I think that's a big part of Battlegrounds. Nice picks. Who's at the bottom there? Yeah. I can never remember. Can I use Yelena versus Captain Britain? I truly can't recall. Which is fine. Hicks, what's up, dude? Oh no, new Doctor Strange is about to whoop my ass. In fact, I'm going with kind of a cop out. Um, I'm going with a cop out slash hoping they make a mistake on their side. He's about to whoop me. It's particular that that final like blast. So far so good, guys. We're doing great here. This is high level stuff. So my plan or my hope was to get that fight over quickly, like we did, but to have a lot more health on my side than we did. Yeah, that's I think only the third one I fought this whole meta, and every single time I'm like, okay, I need to learn to go fight him better, and then I forget. I don't know. I think it's too early to say if he's going to be an underrated defender or not. This meta could be enhancing him quite a bit. Thanks, OME, and thanks, B. I appreciate you guys with the reminder. Thanks, Canuck. I'll just use Nefaria. What's up, buddy? Thanks for being here. I think this is where we lose. I hope they pull this off. That's really cool, and I'm wondering if that's why Titania is in the deck for them. I love seeing like smart, skilled players pull off cool stuff, man. I really hope that's what happens. That all being said, as much as I hope for great for them, if we lose because of that one stupid ass love tap from Nico and her staff, I'll be very irritated. But could there be a better example of the difference the AI makes in this meta? Right? Like I fought Nico last round and she was just like hair on fire coming at my Deadpool. And on this one, she was like super passive and just happy to back up and like smile at me. She must hate Deadpool. I think that's the only obvious answer, is that Nico Minoru hates Deadpool. There's no other possible explanation. Oh yeah, Canuck, she played crazy nice, man. I think she was like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it last time. I was really upset. Who doesn't want Miku? I already forgot what I said, but I wouldn't rank up Lady Deathstrike just for a BG's meta, dude, unless you're just like swimming in materials, which you might be. If you are, yeah, dude, go for it. Have a great time. But I don't think she's the best I don't hold her in high regard. No, I was hitting the goddamn button, dude. God, that's so annoying, man. I saw, I think it was Nick136. I don't want to, if it wasn't him, like, please keep in mind, I am saying I'm not totally sure. Like, I don't remember. Because I was watching him and Pepe around the same time. I think it was him. And he was using an idol champion. And he was like, dude, I'm hitting the button. Like, it just was so frustrating. And anyways, it looks like we still got the win, so no harm done. But underrated defender, who doesn't hate you hate Deadpool? Oh, everyone hate. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, kind of like, not troll, but yeah, I get what you're saying, man. Yeah, I think one kindred is one kindred too many for any game, man. Oh, I said I'd get to a comment. I apologize. All right. I said there was a comment I'd get to. I really am sorry. I will do my best to remember. I fell for a spot trap early in the season. I actually recall falling for that. It was not pretty. I was like, wait a minute, something bad's about to happen. And I was all of a sudden taking tons of damage. I have no clue how to fight Lizard. So Lizard's got to go, man. Is there a kindred? There's no kindred. So we're not going to see my kindred. Yeah, my kindred's gone. All right. Oh, wow. Talk about a great first draft, huh? What was the question? Have you seen the Banquet Champions change in meta so far? No. No. Huh. This is an interesting one. I don't love it. Now this I like. I love how like I stared at it. I was like, I don't want any of these champions right now. And then I was like, I should reroll, but there's not a lot of time left. And I was able to make the decision in a matter of like 1 second. That's how much better it got. My opponent probably didn't find it quite as humorous. Well, man, for me, it was funny as hell. Let's see here. Let's go for good old Caro, man. Good old Caro. That spot is trap. Oh, spot's a trap for sure. For sure. For real. Gotta get Lumitrax back in the deck for that spot. Yeah. You know, like, this is like the third spot I think I've seen all meta, though. So I ain't sweating spot just yet, man. But I might have to start. Do you guys think Silk will destroy Spider-Woman? You guys probably won't get to hear that in time. Let's find out. I'm curious. Because Spider-Woman, it's funny. Oh, no, they're going to get Bullseye. So we're not going to get to find out. Oh, okay. Is Spider-Woman, it's so weird. Because I feel like Spider-Woman has become almost a trap. Yeah, there you go. We're not going to get to find out. Spider-Woman's almost become a trap defender in this meta. Like, at the end of the draft, you just get a sneaky Spider-Woman, and everything turns out A-okay. Yeah. All right, smart guy. How are you going to handle this? Everything's fun and games until you actually have to handle the spot. You know, I'll try to remember to take a break after this match and we'll answer some questions. I see quite a bit, so I appreciate you guys asking them, getting the chat going. What? Oh, yeah, that's my fault. Oh, my fault, dude. I didn't realize he was already there. Damn it. I felt like we were playing that so well, too. And I fell for it again, dude. Cool, cool, cool. I did good. Okay, you guys are answering there. Okay, cool. Wait, Canuck, were you saying to use Nefaria against Spot? Why? Or did I I probably saw that wrong. I probably saw that wrong. Here we go. It's not over yet. No, you spot on D. Got it. Okay. We're not dead yet. We're close, though. We're really close. So, Mr. Monsoon, I think they that was kind of a throw around for them. It's always hard, right? Because there's a little bit of the chess match, and so you're not totally sure what your opponent's thinking. But I think we're both trying to outthink each other and set up the third round. Okay, I place first. I know all you Solvark users are like, what? And this is, I'm not there yet with him. I'm not. Damn, I was really hoping for an evade. I should have placed G. Okay. Damn, I should have placed Gene. Or my inability to use Solvark did me in. All right. Anyways, we said we would answer some questions. Let's get back to it. Yelena's so broke. Yeah, she is. Oh, Mr. Monsoon. Yeah, you got to get Yelena in your deck. She's so good on attack, and I've actually enjoyed using her as like a trap defender. In fact, was that part of the thinking on this one? I don't think. Yeah. Yeah. Who did I have there at the end? I should have placed Jean. Live and learn. It is what it is. Knowing how to play Solvark would have been the answer there. Okay, let's go back on the YouTube side. I missed quite a bit, guys. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. Yelena's up there with Nico's the worst. Yeah, so that's funny because I just saw your comment there, Jeff. I've enjoyed using her as like she's basically like a threat. Like, dude, as soon as someone takes Yelena, you better have Jean Grey be a really good onslaught player or have Deadpool X-Force. Because you basically just use her as like a threat. Like you're just, and then when people don't have that, I place her in the last round. It's helped me a lot. I'm kind of surprised we're still in Mysterium 2. I don't think that's updated. Nafar is your strange counter. Thanks, Crazy Canuck. I appreciate it. Lady Distract was MVP for an impose. You haven't cleared that yet. Me, you're probably talking to someone else, Cubino. Thank you, bud. I've been wanting to take a werewolf at night. I've got a few things I'm prioritizing over him. He feels like almost like a bit of a luxury rank to me. Like he's one that's often difficult to rank in tier lists because I believe in where we have him. I do think he's that great, but he's rarely necessary. Part of what makes him so great is how versatile he is, right? You also got to play him well, I think, to get like those really crazy results. Hilgendorf Wolf was your first missing. Such a good champ. Yeah. Yesterday I went from 160 points to 90. It was horrible. Yeah, Crazy Canuck. I actually saw you really high up. Were you like in Celestial? I feel like you were. Yeah, you can organize by class. Bullseye, Yelena, Cole, Ironheart, rank 4. I can rank up 2. If you're more interested in like getting through like story content, not like if that's kind of where you're at right now, I would rank up Ironheart in a heartbeat. There's a reason why she's the highest rated tech champion on my general tier list when we do the PvE side, but she moves down when we do like the BGs and war side of the general tier list, right? She's an amazing champion, and you can still use her in BGs. Old Man Easy probably already said that in the chat. Then I would probably default. I think Yelena is a little overhyped as an attacker right now, probably because of this meta, and I think people have found uses for her in battlegrounds. I think Bullseye's a better attacker. I think he like more immediately cuts off. His utility shows up more quickly. Like Yelena, you have to get into, I think her elimination mode is what she calls it, and you got to have her awakened. Bullseye's a good attacker. You just got to learn how to use him. If you want the more current battlegrounds defensive threat, then go Yelena. What's up, him? Thanks so much for being here. Yeah, him. Oh, and I love Cole. Sorry, I forgot about Cole. I think Cole's more battlegrounds oriented, though. Thank you, Hillendorf, for answering some questions. That was a super nuke. That was probably the Yelena fight. Silkworth ring 4? I think so. She's still a good champion. Metallica San Francisco based? I actually didn't know that. This is how I imagine Excess when Gene found out the clone's having her baby. Dude, that Gene would not die either. I don't know if I wasn't critting or what, but I was very cognizant of her shield and trying not to make sure I threw SB2s into the shield. Because my hope was that Spider-Woman would evade and punish. So I was kind of playing it as in I would not win if it was a quick fight on both sides. But if I came out with a high enough health, maybe a mistake would happen. Or like an error would happen on the other side. Do you think it would benefit the game for Kabam to stop buffing old champions instead just remove them so far? Just thought, no. So it's an interesting question. I want to talk about it for a minute. And Evan, you asked a really cool question up above, and I'm sorry, man. Maybe we can get back to it. Is, you know, when they said they were stopping the rebalance program or quitting rebalance, so I don't remember what their exact terminology is. I don't really care. I'm not throwing shade. I thought it was a cop out at the time. I still kind of do, but I do think it's better if they like remove that threat over everyone's head of like, is this champion get rebounded? Is this, like, who cares? It's not a fun conversation. No one enjoys it. It just gets stressful, right? And argumentative on both sides. They put in the game, deal with it. I understand if something's like broken, yeah, like hone it back. But the problem is they've left so many broken champions that I think it starts to get really. This goes back to the conversation we had at the very beginning of the stream of like taking them seriously. It just gets difficult. We have to, I think, accept that they're doing a job. And so like these debates with Kabam employees just almost never end up in a positive place. I'm going somewhere with this, which is I think that what the balance program's now doing is one, still balancing champions, part of the design process and all that stuff, of course. I hope they have a very active hand in Ascension, but additionally, you know, one of the most successful sales Kabam has is when they include a buff champion or a pool of buff champions. And so I fully expect that to continue 2026. And the balance program, the balance department is obviously, I would hope, they've got to be heavily involved with that. So yeah, maybe remove, like they're not entering the 7 stars until until that has happened. At least I feel like that's been the case. And so I think just continue on that cadence, you know, I think would be good for the game. I'm great, K-Rock. Thanks so much for being here, buddy. How are you doing? Ironheart would be great for Ironheart should be good for the next Battleground season. That's right. I really don't enjoy using. I don't love using Bullseye and Yelena. They're kind of a similar vein. I think they are defensive-oriented champions that they gave some attacking prowess to, which I think is nice when they do that. But yeah, I'm not like hyped up to use them. I just think the game is already bloated, and I think about where it will be a couple years from now, how many champions there are. I mean, they have to do something right. I don't know, and I don't know if they see it that way. I do think that's a little bit of what Ascension is supposed to help with, right? Like, usually that's been done by a new star level. The problem is I think they read the room well on this one. I don't think a new star level would have gone over well right now. I really don't. And so I think they're doing a good job of making players feel like their previous investments are being respected with Ascension. And I'm phrasing it that way because this is one of those times where you've heard me say, like, look, spreadsheets are great. I love a great spreadsheet, but sometimes the way people feel is more important, especially if you're trying to make people happy. And if you look at it, Ascension basically is 8 stars, but it's making us feel like our Sig Stone investments and our rank up investments are being respected. It, I mean, you still need dust to rank them up. You just don't need to awaken them now, but you need the champion token. So the amount of materials really isn't changing. But again, I think this is where like we can know that as facts, but still feel good about it because I'm like, well, I'm still ranking up my 7 stars. And so I think that's kind of part of like where the quote unquote bloat will get whittled down or de-bloated, I guess. Take some Gas X. Gas X still around? It was around when I was a kid. I was a bloating medicine. You'd take Gas X and your stomach would feel better. When you gonna R4 Zemo? I don't know, Miku. I don't know, man. That might be a little while. Uh, Never use Bullseye after you killed Sentry's wife. Someone's got to stand up for Sentry's wife, Miku, and I'm glad it's you. I was excited when I got my 6-star Elena, but when I tried her out on Romulan, she was kind of slow. Yeah, she is slow. So just you're gonna heavy a lot to get up her bleed vulnerabilities, I believe they're called. And then I think you get to the SB2, which gets her into elimination mode. And the damage gets pretty respectable then. And if she's awakened, she's turning off evade and miss, I think it is. So yeah, she's a good champion. I like champions like her. I don't think I should read that from Who's Your Daddy. Who knows what's in that message? Who knows what kind of scandal could be in there? Thank you so much for the follow there. Landerdale, appreciate it. If I just wish there was something in Bullseye's kit that allowed him to hit harder. Yeah, so I think the designer did a really nice job of pulling off what I think their goal was of making it feel like you were being like sliced and diced, basically. That there was like this deadly kind of assassin character hunting and like just slowly whittling down the opponent. I think for those of us who enjoy big red and yellow numbers, I do too. That's why Bullseye can often feel not fun to play. Is because we're like, these numbers aren't big enough. They're not big enough. I want bigger, you know? So yeah, I hear you. What do I think? What do you think of my squad I have assembled, buddy? I don't know. Where is it, man? You got to tell me. I can't tell you what I think your squad if you don't show them to me. Hoosier, come on. If you've posted it somewhere, let me know. Larson, what's up, dude? Speaking of names I saw still high up on the leaderboard, Larson, I saw you kicking ass. You're up there way in Celestial if I saw. It was last night sometime, I believe. I was looking at the leaderboard. It's that his damage is consistent. It doesn't go up and down. Yeah. 100% Elijah. Agreed. This feels like a really long wait time. Is the game down or something? And I just haven't been kicked out. This is an oddly long wait time for Mysterium 2. Yeah, I'm waiting on the next meta. This one annoys me. Yeah. So I was talking with Dread I was hanging on Dread stream a little bit last night. And he knows like, hey, are you enjoying it? I was like, yeah, I'm not a top player. And so I can understand why like your real top, like super competitive players are like kind of annoyed by a meta like this. Where for me, I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I'm a good player, but I'm not, I'm not Celestial 5 or whatever. And so like it's more easier for me to laugh off when I don't have a counter to Nico and she goes full like hair on fire on me and I die, Like I get frustrated on stream, we all laugh and we move on. Where if I was like really shooting, like really in like super, super competitive, I'd probably be really frustrated too. That's a good point, Elijah. I hadn't thought about that. We'll wait a few more minutes. Thoughts on JJJ? I think the new alliance mode that came out makes a lot of sense. I think he's better than people realize. Well, also, I don't think he's going to be a Battlegrounds champion. he might be a war champion because, dude, he ramps up a ton very quickly. But it's like he ramps up in the fight, but he also ramps up on like the next fight because he keeps those austere buffs. It was just Realm of Legends, but that was the best place I could really show the ramp. And dude, by like fight 2 or 3, I think it was like fight 3 or 4, he's like doing pretty great damage. And the ability to create openings really whenever you wanted with the falter was really nice. I love champions like that. I'm kind of like, I don't want to gave us still, okay, thanks guys. Kindred's at it. Kindred. We'll get you, Kindred. But, I don't want to overdo it, right? Like if let's say Blue Marvel is a bit more muted than I think most of us are expecting. I'm not going to be like, oh no, it's all over. Like I don't want to go there, but it will kind of align with a theory of mine that when Kabam decided on Ascension, it was kind of a way of like restarting the game a little bit, right? Like I said that one of my concerns when Serpent wasn't buffed or wasn't nerfed. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare everybody. I apologize. You can have your lawyers contact me for the pain and suffering I just caused you. I am guilty. I am very sorry. Serpent, I'm not saying Serpent should have been buffed. When Serpent wasn't nerfed, and the kind of like just the stuff I learned afterwards, it made me feel like they didn't have a plan. Like they were just kind of like just going. And I feel like Ascension is the plan, is the like, we need to have a plan. And then they stopped with the rebalancing of champions, like the rebalance period, right? Which I think was great. I think it's so good. We'll see how it plays out. But I think it's so good for the mentality, the psyche of the players, right? Of not being stressed. Like we're not like, wait, is Paviter getting a nerd? I don't know. Should he? And then you have the people who are like, no, he's great. Why? And then you have people who are like, and it just creates arguments. And so I have not been surprised. Paviter's really good. I do not think Paviter is as broken, let's use that term, as Nico, as Jean Grey, as Spider-Woman, as Onslaught. I don't. I've played him enough where I'm like, I get he's dominant in some places. I really do. But he doesn't have as many like safeguards. He doesn't have as many like, well, what about reverse controls? What about Cold Snap? Let's give him high energy resistance. You know what? He should be able to do unblockable attacks because that could come up. Like you can tell a lot of these other champions, it feels like at some point it was like, what about that scenario? Yeah, let's build that in too. And no one was like, hey guys, maybe not everything in one champ, Like we have Absorbing Man back now. Oh my God, dude, I've been using him on Hazard Shift. I forgot how insane he is. I truly did. And they've even changed Hazard Shift. Where now like Rupture is one. They've changed it so it doesn't match all the things he could be immune to in one form. And it's reminded me of how much playing Absorbing Man feels like anything that we throw at you, he's going to handle for you, baby. You're all good. Don't you worry, And so the champions have come out since Ascension's been announced. I think that about Paviter, but I mean that in a good way, Larson. What Larson just wrote on the YouTube side. He's saying a one-trick pony, but there's more to it. But I get you're like kind of being funny and humorous and playful with it. And the champions have been more muted, and we know those are the ones that are going to be ascendable. And so it's kind of fitting what I feel like they're doing. Now, Blue Marvel comes out busted like Spider-Woman, Jean Grey style. Who the hell knows, right? Who the hell knows? But I'm not expecting that. I'm not expecting that. I think Blue Marvel is going to be more Paviter. Probably very, very good. Probably really. The problem is there's not a ton of Mystic defenders, so he might not be like BG's based at all. Maybe he might be a little future, like forward looking. He's got those persistent charges, so I'm very much looking forward to Blue Marvel and just kind of I like speculating, man. It's fun. I like speculating. I enjoy the game. I enjoy chatting with you all, and speculating's fun. It's just I think it's important we don't get ourselves too worked up. It is fun to get worked up though. I do enjoy it. All right, this is probably the last match for the day. Or for the stream, I mean. After my experience with Doctor Strange, I'm kind of scared. I'm scared. I'm very, very scared. We got a lot of these cosmics. This deck basically looks like mine with this. No, not Kindred. What? Why? Why would you do that to my Kindred, dude? All right. I had missed the first 4 Starlight pieces. Do you think 20 Keatons is worth it for Doom? Are they selling all the pieces? Is that what's going on? Or are you just kind of assuming that's what it'll cost? If you could let me know, it would be helpful. Given that I still don't know how to confidently play Solvark, I feel like he's like I feel like he's not the most helpful to me there. Just assuming. I'd say let's wait and see, Doom. But yeah, I mean, the reason why I'm not more like disappointed at the Star-Lord is because I feel like it means they're not saying this is me speculating, that they are planning to make a similar, let's call it like a trajectory. Oh, this doesn't look good, man. I've seen a lot of people mess up. I've even messed up Serpent versus Nico. So even with Nico sitting there, I'm still okay with it. Especially with me having D Thanos as well. This isn't looking good. Let's find out if they know how to fight Doctor Strange. What's up, work? And I know I was in the middle of talking about something, but I completely lost my train of thought, and I apologize, guys. I'm interested in the conversation y'all are having there, work, Old Man Easy, and Elijah, but I'll have to get to it after this. Here we go. Yeah, all it takes is one SP1 to from Serpent. Yeah. It's Serpent. It can go bad quickly, but you know, Nico really shouldn't. It just takes something going really wrong, to your point. All right, let's see how this goes. Captain Canuck said that this was super duper easy and even an idiot could do it. So let's find out. Wow, Canuck, you were not kidding. Holy crap, dude. I should have listened to you a long time ago. Oh, I lost! What? How did Spider-Woman even do that? How did Spider-Woman even... How? How does she even do that? I want to know. Tell me, this is why I want to be able to see the other side of the screen, man. I want to know what happened. I want to see that. That's not fair. It's not fair. We're definitely losing. What's up, Savage Entity? What's up, dude? Black Hole, how you doing? Why are we putting 6 stars? Because he's an amazing defender. Can't you see by the scores? I don't know, man. I don't know why we do what we do. All right? Stop asking me these questions. We're losing is what we're doing. We kind of needed to win that one. No buffs to nullify. Is she hitting block? And then because he's a 6-star, he's just taking so much damage, maybe from the hits. Way to throw that into protection, dude. Good job. Good job. All right. Yeah, we'll just answer some questions, and I think we're done. That's enough. My heart can't handle much more of that. Vega, please provide. I'm so disappointed. All right, let me see what you got, man. What's up? Oh no, Savage. You know, I was worried this was gonna happen. I really hope this isn't what happened. Did you run the incursions today, and it was your second run through of them? I almost messaged Mike and was like, "Hey, I think some people are gonna read the messaging and think that they can run it today." There was like just the way it went out, and especially people didn't even see the messaging, but like, because even I thought, oh, I'll stream it today. When I saw, when I saw this, here, where is it? When I saw this is new today. The classy glitches. No, yeah, that's new today. And I saw that, and I was like, oh shoot, can we run it today? That would be cool. Because remember, the first week was supposed to end today. Now the second week wasn't supposed to start till tomorrow. So, but I knew that. I pay a bit more attention because I do the news, and I create a schedule for YouTube and Twitch. And I almost messaged Mike and was like, "Hey, you guys might want to put something out." I'm hoping that's not what happened. Oh man, easy. Yeah, that's exactly right. Because the second week hasn't started yet, but I could see people thinking that it had. I think that's a very reasonable mistake to have made. I really do. Because of context clues, I guess, or whatever you want to call it. I understand that what happened to me is I saw that there was a timer, but let's see, like if you just click here, there's no timer. You don't know. It does say all rewards earned though, right? Can you not, are you not able to do it maybe? Maybe that's in there. That would be nice if there was a safeguard. Like, is it not possible to do it again? I hope it's not, because I'd hate for people to have wasted their time. All right, let's read through the chat real quick. I think they are tuning these champs knowing that without the bounce from them, there's no going backwards. Yeah, I mean, it's so tough, man. This goes by like, I try not to like pay too much attention to what Kabam employees say, and I don't mean that insulting. I just mean like, one, it's not like they all got around and decided what they were going to say. So it's just like one person saying a thing. They could be having their own reactions to who the hell knows what. Like if it doesn't come out of the community team or officially on the post or on the live stream, I just kind of take it with a massive grain of salt and just be like, oh, you know, that's what they think, and that's fine. Right. Yeah, I don't want to get too much more into that unless there's another question or something. They always had the option of changing any champ they want in any way before bounce around. They just had to deal with more backlash when they do. Essentially, Work just said it for me because Work's a little more outspoken than I am. But yeah, they can nerf anything literally whenever they want. Like they can buff, they can nerf, they can change. Like they could literally do whatever they want. And let's be honest with ourselves, they've shown that they will. Like multiple times, multiple times. So like that's also why I don't get into I just chosen it. It's not good for like literally I'm not trying to be over dramatic. It is not good for my mental health to get into the debates with them about any of this stuff, because it's like you could just end it all by saying you're just going to do whatever you want whenever you think it's a good idea, and the rationale does not need to match previous rationales. Like further, like just like literally just as the perfect example is Kingpin and Mole Man were both changed to match their wording. The explanation given was that they should be changed to match their wording. Okay, fine. Like I don't like it, but sure, like totally fine. Nimrod, they changed the wording to match what they said was the performance in game. Why? What? If the rationale has been that you change the champion to match the wording, then shouldn't you do it for the other champions? Well, no. They obviously felt like that would be too strong, and they obviously felt like Kingpin and Mole Man were too strong. But they don't, if they would just say that, it would be so much easier to have like rational conversations about it. But the fact that they don't drive someone like me out insane, because I want to take them seriously. I would like to have these conversations. But when someone or an entity does not continue to use the same lines of logic or thinking, at some point, it's like that whole thing. Like, who's the fool? The fool who's being foolish or the fool who's arguing with them? At some point, I'm the fool, right? So that's how I see it. I'm pretty far back in the chat, so maybe some of you will disagree, and I'm curious to see what that. I hope Blue Marvel is stronger than Patriot and weaker than Nico. Oh, I would love that. That would be such an amazing spot to hit. I want to like Patriot. I do like Patriot. I think Patriot is a good champion. But yeah, I find myself, there's a reason why I haven't ranked him higher, both on tier list and my own personal account. Because I like the concept of Patriot a lot. He feels like he's missing a thing or two. And it's like that thing or two that like Nico and Jean Grey and Onslaught and Spider-Woman have like 8 of. You're like, just give him like 2, man. He doesn't need to have 8. Just give him like 2. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Patriot is what OG Cap should be. Yeah, I think still with a little bit more. But yeah, I think that's, yeah. I think in general, I think that's good. It's happened before, and I have no idea how to again. Work is talking about like changes. Let's just use the changes. That's why I didn't call Nimrod a nerf. I never called him a nerf. I didn't put it in the thumbnail. I didn't even call Kingpin a nerf, and he's literally going from on the words 100% to 60%. But I know he's not being nerfed, and I don't want to misrepresent things. He's just being changed. And again, because this is me. This is why those conversations get so frustrating for me. Is I'm not trying to win. I'm just trying to have a conversation and educate people and get information out. I'm just going to leave it at that. Obviously, nail it in the middle is our goal. Okay. The idea that people have currently their champ are safe after release is now the same illusion they had before. I do think it's an illusion work, but I think it's a much better illusion than the stress that came with it without it. Larson, I think you were laughing at the scores, despite the against Strange. That was funny. Uh, okay, hopefully we got the Star Lord things situated. I have a feeling there's been some people who are very disappointed today. Um, the timer ended early today, so they extended it today. Yeah, they made a post. We started the stream with it. I thought it was a really. I do think it was easy to misunderstand though, and I liked the result of the post. The post itself was nice too, but as we talked about, Mike's just like he's just the messenger. It's we can't get upset at Mike for the decisions that Kabam makes. Or at least I don't think we should. Anyways, I know I'm not. Can it be like our game, my rules? Yeah, but it's it's also the reality of the situation. It truly is. Like one of the things we've talked about a lot in this channel at the back half of 2025, and we'll continue to try to help people, is like we are playing their game. We own none of this. They can do literally whatever they want whenever they want to. Do with that what you will. We choose to play. We don't have to play, but we choose to play. I'm not saying that means we have to like what they do, though, right? Let's be clear. That doesn't mean we have to like what they do. That doesn't mean we can't call them out on things. That doesn't mean we can't present facts and we can't point out, like, this doesn't make any sense with this, you know? Hey, Craig, what's up, bud? Yeah, Craig did the same thing I did. I saw the new objective. I thought it meant that the new week had started. Again, I'm a YouTuber, so I probably look at things a little like more closely. I saw the timer still on incursions, and then that's what clued me in that something was amiss, or my initial understanding wasn't correct. Let's put it that way. Yeah, I haven't agreed with the pledge decision they made over the years. I'm still aware they can do what they want. Yeah, 100%. Like it's even like I think this new dance mode, or it's not dance mode, concert champions. I think it's bad. I think it's a bad look for the game. We've talked about it. I think cost benefit analysis, man, they must be benefiting in some way, shape, or form that I just don't know and can't see. Because I do think it costs them a lot. I really do. I think it truly costs them a lot as far as perception and community sentiment. That doesn't mean they're going to stop doing it, right? Just because I think that. And so I'm just going to start trying to think of these dimensional arcades as like I do deals now, right? Like this deal. Where is it? This Battlegrounds exclusive event. I've said in videos like I'm editorializing more in streams because I'm streaming more. Miko, I use Final Cut Pro on a MacBook. This sale or whatever you want to call it, this deal, it didn't. I was like, it's a nothing burger. Like, I don't think it's a great look, but I'm also like, dude, the other day, like entering the game, they sent me 3 sale offers before I could even get to the game. Like, that's just the game now. It doesn't mean I think it's good. It just means like it didn't like phase me. While also thinking it's not great, but I was like, I'm not gonna make a video on this. I just don't think it's that big of a deal. I saw the videos that were made. I thought they were well done. But as far as me, I was like, I'm not touching this. Like, I don't know, whatever, it's fine. And so it's their game. They can do what they want. And I'm going to now think of Dimensional Arcade as basically an offer. Because in some ways, I actually think that's what it is. It's like an offer to your lower spend and free to play. How badly do you want these units? How badly do you want these free units? That's what it feels like to me. And so I'm going to be like, is this for me? No, I'm not going to get, I'll probably still like try to stream it when they do version 3. Because again, I'm a YouTuber and like, it's fun. Let's be entertaining. Let's check it out. But I will not be personally excited about it the way I was personally excited about version 2. And I'll just think of it when we get to them, I'll be like, oh, this offer sucks. Just like I would say, this offer sucks. What Command should do is label this encouragement event week 1, week 2. I couldn't agree more, old man easy. Probably would have helped a good bit. Yep. BG. Hey, Ace, what's up, man? Dude, I miss I'm just not available when you stream these days, man. I miss it. I hope you're doing really well. BG exclusive event is dumb. I think it's dumb too. Rewards are crap and not at all worth that they want. Yeah. Not that game. Yeah. So everything Ace is saying, like that's how I'm gonna now start thinking about Dimensional Arcade. It's like I think it's dumb. It's not meant for me. So like no harm, no foul. Like okay. Like just like I would, like just like I did on this exclusive event. Like I think it was like $9. Like I could have got it, but I don't know, just not. Like it just yeah. And as you can see, I've played enough Battlegrounds to have gotten it. Hey, Maddie, what's up, dude? Thanks for being here. The one thing I don't like about the dance game mode is the option to turn off. There's a lot there about what I don't like about the mode itself. There's a lot there, and I gave it in a video, and I don't want to beat a dead horse. And I tried my best to be respectful. Thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate the follow right now because we're just literally chatting, and we do that a fair amount on this channel, on the streams and all that stuff. But I really appreciate you. You must be pretty familiar with my channel. What's up, dude? Thanks so much for being here. Brother, what? I like that. That's cool. And so, Maddie, there's a lot about it. Like, if Kabam was trying to engage me as a player, or like, I think players of my type or whatever I represent. Thank you so much for the follow too, Nyan. I think they're doing a really bad job. In the future, what I will do is frame it as, again, similar to offers. Does this feel intended for me? No? Okay, well then it's just not intended for me. I still don't think it's a good look for the game, just like I don't think this Battlegrounds, like, it was Seaton. Like, it's fine. We all know it was Seaton. I think everyone watches Seaton. Seaton was like, this is a bad look for the game. I completely agree. This was a bad, I think coming off of Banquet and all of that, and I know that there was a long period of time, like I did the news video, right? I do the news. And I said, look, the facts are this event had not been associated with this, like it hadn't been a solo event for quite a while. It did come back for the holidays, but it had been a large break. Those are the facts. So it's hard for me to say we're now being charged for something we used to get for free. I understand that, and I wouldn't like get into a semantics argument with someone over it. I also don't want to create a bunch of irritation or upsetness towards Kabam over something that I don't think is correct. And so I presented the facts. I also fully agreed with Seaton. I think this is a bad look coming off of Banquet, where we're assuming they made so much money, and now to be like, give us $9.99 for this. Like, so yeah, it's a bit more like, I hate using the term nuanced, but I think it's a bit more nuanced, you know? It often doesn't fit great into a YouTube video, but on a stream, I think we can talk about it a bit more. The concept of champions is so bad, I'm giving up 1,000 willingly. Yeah, I think that those of us who spend, I think that's the decision a lot of us are going to make, where we're just like, and so this is also different too, right? Like, again, we talk a lot about, we're a little older, you know, and that doesn't mean we have to fit the stereotype. Like, there's outliers for everything. And just because I'm older doesn't mean we're exactly the same. But like, I actually don't play this game while watching TV. I don't. And that's been something that I've heard for years at MCoC. It's like, oh, we'll just do arena watching TV. I'm like, well, why? I'm watching TV. Why would I I don't read a book and watch TV, or I don't read a book and play the game. But there are a lot of people who do that. That's like part of how they entertain themselves or relax for the evening or whatever, is they just put on the TV and play the game. And so it's just not for me. Like, it's just literally not for me. Yeah. I just don't understand Command Logic, how they are not pulling resources off of. So that was the thing I said in my video, Justin, is I don't typically do that. Like, I don't know, you guys can come up with a better scenario than I am off the top of my head. Is like, you know, like with the AI, let's go with the AI, where it's like, well, why don't you take a champion designer and stop making champions and do the AI? And I'm like, well, look, I don't do that because, you know, I run a business. I don't feel like that would be a good business decision for a variety of reasons. One of which being is your champion designer probably doesn't know how to make an AI. And so I get it. What they could do is maybe put some of their dollars into salaries for more people for AI. But now we're starting to get into like, there's just so much we don't know. So I try not to go there with, hey, why'd you do this when you could be doing this? While still being very frustrated with the AI, I want Ascension information. They've promised it. Hopefully it's coming on the live stream. We got a few days. That'd be cool to hear it talked about live. I think that'd be very exciting. This Coliseum mode, I think, is enjoyable for such a small amount of the player base. And it had to have taken some development, right? It had to have. And some amount of coding and programming. I think, I mean, I don't think you can just go to like Canva or something or ChatGPT and say, make this. And then I just don't think, I don't know. You guys tell me. And so, and it's so bad, and so few people enjoyed it, and so few people are asking for it, that it does. And that's why I tried to tell them, it's like, I'm not looking to insult you, Kabam. What I am saying is, when something is this bad and unasked for, while all these other things are also needing to be addressed, I think it's rational for players to make that jump and start to like theorycraft, like, why wasn't this handled instead? Even though that's not normally where I go, I think this is so bad and so poorly timed. Even I'm going there right now. So yeah. Personally, I get their feeling on making it less AFK than the first variant, but they missed the mark for many players with it. Yeah, and it felt especially strange, Matt, because what I felt like I heard often was that one of the really shining things or positives of the last one was that it could be AFK'd. We have no idea why they're doing it until if and when they tell us. We just have no clue. And again, that's kind of part of my messaging is like, at the time that it came out, like if everything was honky dory, you know, if we had all the Ascension information, if Hulkling and Valkyrie were totally fine, if Kingpin was fine, if Ascension, if they were getting AI updates and they're like, we're testing AI 2.0 right now, like enjoy it, let us know. Then I'd be like, sure, man, like do a pet project. This is cool. Yeah, whatever, have fun. It's the timing of it, you know? I don't know. Hey, Pablito, how you doing, man? Yeah, we're just chatting now. We're at the chatting part of the stream. Have you tried the new mode on PC? It's off on the phone, but a lot better there. You know what? I just don't want to even touch it. I don't think it's worth my time. But we did say that on stream yesterday. I was like, this feels like maybe on PC might actually be like, I don't know if I would have enjoyed it, but I wouldn't have the same complaints about its polish. Just wondering, do I think Morbius would be good for the week 3-4 meta? He might be worth like testing. I like Morbius with the way the game is now and Defenders now. He feels like he lacks a lot of the like extras, and so it makes him tough to use. Well, I did a video on him, and I showed like how great he could be. It was on the CCP testing map, and I think the CCP testing map's actually really good. Okay. But it has limitations, and the limitations are that it's completely nodeless. And so it shows you like what is possible if everything is going well and there's no interruptions, right? This is kind of part of like why I talk about something called flow with champions. And Morbius has really, really bad flow. He can be knocked off by so many things, being nodes, AI, and that sort of stuff. So yeah, I wouldn't rank him up for the meta, but maybe give him a shot in the meta. And if you really like him and he's doing well, then yeah, rank him. He's in that realm of like rankable champions. He's not terrible. Most of the time that I'm second screening while playing the game is because I'm watching I'm watching something I generally want to watch. Yeah, totally. Like trust me, I get it. Probably most people on the stream right now, I don't know how many people watch on YouTube anymore, are probably like half paying attention. It's like background noise or something like that. So I get that. I do get that. That makes sense. Thanks for the answering over there, Old Man Easy. All right, we'll just take a couple more things and then we're going to sign off. MCoC Encyclopedia, what's up, dude? Thanks so much for being here, buddy. What's going on, Kingpin? Our first time using him in the 7-star. So the good news is with King. Here's the really good news, and I want to assure you right away, is Kingpin's not being changed at all. Like it's a small. I think the term there's a term for it, and I don't know. I can't think of it right now. is Kingpin for a very long time. Okay, this is not a nerf. That's why I didn't use the term nerf. I didn't use the term nerf. Oh, it's crazy, man. It's crazy, crazy stuff. Is where is it? Right here. It's in this rage section. Okay, Kingpin gains a non-rage debuff, 100% chance to purify it, and gain 1 rage. That's not accurate. My understanding is that's not only not what's happening in game right now, but it's not how he's supposed to work. It's not how he worked in, I think, like November. And it's not how he, I think, even works right now. This is a string. I think the term is a string error, meaning like for some reason the wording that we're seeing is wrong. It's supposed to be a 60% chance to purify. He gets a 100% chance to purify with the hood synergy. He's not being buffed. He's not being nerfed. It's just a change. Like that's literally it. So it's kind of a nothing burger, but I do think it's important for people to know that. Literally, that's it. So your Kingpin will still be awesome. Very similar to my thoughts on Nimrod, by the way. Like I wouldn't want Nimrod rank down tickets. I don't. If they gave them to me, I wouldn't do it. I don't want my 6 stones back. I don't want my money back. I literally don't. I also think it's important that people know that something was changed. That's it. Is the current Titan worth opening? I really want Jean Grey. Then yes. Ryan, we just don't know. I mean, if you want it, because I can understand the concern, maybe wait and see. But I think Jean Grey is so good, man, and we just don't know that much about Ascension yet. Like I'm not worried about my busted Jeans. I'm not worried about my busted Nikos or my busted Onslaughts or my busted Red Guardians. I'm not worried about them. I'm still planning to take them to rank 5. Now, I'm a YouTuber, so part of what you guys want to see will probably dictate who I rank up, who's good in battlegrounds and that sort of thing. But if I was purely a player and not interested in doing videos that you all want to see and streams you want to see, I would not be worried about Red Guardian or Kingpin or Hulkling or anything like that. I would still be ranking them up. And so if you want Jean, I'd do everything you can to get Jean. And I believe Jean is getting removed from the Titan cycle. I think she is. Correct that. It's on my Discord. I can pull it up. I'm enjoying talking shop with you all. Where is it? Oops, didn't mean to do that. I do need to go though. Yeah, so Jean's leaving the Titan in March, man. Blue Marvel would just have to blow everyone away to be as good as Jean. I mean, Spider-Woman's in there. I think Bastion's great. I mean, there's really good champions leaving. If you're looking for Jean, I would open. If you're looking for Jean. And I think you should be looking for Jean. I think she's a great champion. Vega, my last 3 7-stars are Onslaught, Dazzle, and Jean main. They're trained. Yeah, they are. But you got some bangers, Ozzy. But yeah. Yeah, I like you. It is funny that Jean's a good counter to Jean. I believe in Mark. Yeah, okay. That's the call if you don't have Jean. Okay. All right, y'all. I really appreciate y'all. Let me see if someone else is streaming on Twitch. We'll send y'all somewhere, and then we'll find someone on the YouTube side as well. All right, so the only MCoC YouTuber I believe right now, or Twitch or whatever, is someone named McLinks. He does stream in Portuguese. He's Brazilian, I believe, and it's in Portuguese. He's really entertaining though. So if you guys are interested in watching more MCoC over on the Twitch side, I do think we should rate him. Let him know I said hello, that I do need to get to work. But he used to compete in my Battlegrounds tournaments. He made it pretty far multiple times. He's a phenomenal player and very entertaining. So yeah. You can tell him I said hello. You can watch some really high skill play. Thanks a lot for hanging out, everybody. I do really do appreciate it. And like I said, we'll now send the YouTube side to see what else is on. I've really enjoyed that. I feel like the whole thing going on Twitch has really helped. Like with the kind of, it feels like a little bit of camaraderie amongst all the content creators. Again, it looks like it's just McLinks. So if you're on YouTube, why don't you give him a try, give him a sub. It's helpful to him if you can do it. And like I said, he's incredibly skilled at the game. At least he used to be. BK, man. Love seeing people being involved, dads, man. That's awesome. Hope you're having a great one. Hope your kid's feeling good and you guys have a great one. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you for being here, Pablito, Hilgendorf, everyone, literally all of you. Um, I will almost certainly be streaming tomorrow, maybe doing the new Bee Gees meta or friendlies so we can kind of get used to it. And then we'll do the incursions on Thursday the day it goes live. Thanks again, everybody. Take care. Hope you're having a great one. Bye bye.